Welcome to The Explainer. I am so pumped for this one. Today we're taking a massive piece of cognitive research and turning it into a dynamic study guide. We're going to literally look under the hood and reveal the hidden machinery of your very own mind. We're diving into the groundbreaking concepts from thinking fast and slow. By the end of this, you'll know exactly why you make the decisions you do, and more importantly, how to actually make better ones. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's start off with a quick cognitive test straight from our source material. Imagine this. A bat and a ball cost $1.10 together. The bat costs exactly $1 more than the ball. So, how much does the ball cost? I'm going to give your brain just a couple of seconds to work on that. Got your answer?
Okay, so if your brain immediately shouted 10 cents, well, I hate to break it to you, but your brain just completely lied to you. It totally bypassed the actual math and took a really fast, highly efficient, but absolutely incorrect shortcut.
The correct answer is actually 5 cents. Think about it for a second. If the ball is 5 cents and the bat is $1 more, well, the bat is $1.05. Add those together, you get $1.10. Now, what's so fascinating about this isn't that you made a math error. I mean, you definitely possess the skills to do basic addition. Instead, your mind used a hidden mental shortcut. And that exact kind of shortcut, it's running quietly in the background of almost every single decision you make all day long.
This is the exact phenomenon psychologist Daniel Kahneman spent 40 years studying. He kicked off his research back in the 1970s, but flash forward to 2002, and he wins the Nobel Prize in economics. Note that, economics, not psychology. And that's because his research completely explained why people make predictably irrational financial decisions pretty much every single time. He finally packed all these brilliant insights into his 2011 blockbuster book, Thinking Fast and Slow.
So to make this actionable, we've set up this explainer as your masterclass study guide. Here's the game plan. First, we'll look at the trap, then we'll define System 1 and System 2. After that, we'll hit real-world applications and wrap it all up with the power of pausing.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the trap, a cognitive illusion.
Now, if you fell for that bat and ball trick earlier, don't worry, you are in incredibly good company. Kahneman's data shows that even at top-tier universities, over half the students fall for this exact same trap. Half. That proves raw intelligence really doesn't protect you here. No one is immune, because this isn't a glitch. It's a fundamental architectural feature of the human brain. The whole idea here is that your mind operates in two completely different modes. And the crazy part is, most of the time you have absolutely no idea which one is actually in the driver's seat.
Which brings us right to Section 2, defining System 1, fast and automatic.
So Kahneman defines System 1 as your brain's fast, automatic, constant background mode. It's basically running on autopilot 24/7. You don't ever have to turn it on, you don't flip a switch, you don't actively tell it to work. It's just always there, humming away, processing literally millions of data points instantly.
To give you an idea, System 1 is what reads a subtle emotion on your coworker's face before they even open their mouth. It's that reflex that makes you jump when you hear a loud bang. It solves 2 + 2 = 4 without you even trying. It is an absolutely brilliant survival mechanism. But, and this is a massive but here, while it's amazing for keeping you alive, System 1 also tries to handle complex things, and it confidently gets them completely, totally wrong. It just loves to jump to conclusions.
And that means we need to look at the other half of the equation in Section 3, defining System 2, slow and deliberate.
System 2 is the brain's slow, deliberate, incredibly effortful, and surprisingly lazy mode. This is the mode that demands your active, focused attention. And because deep thinking literally burns up a lot of physical and mental energy, your brain actively tries to avoid using it. It purposefully defaults back to System 1 just to conserve calories and keep you from getting exhausted.
You use System 2 for things that are really hard. Like if I asked you right now to solve 17 times 24 in your head. Yeah, you can literally feel the gears grinding, right? It's the brain power you use to read a dense legal contract, or what you relied on when you first learned how to parallel park a car. But here's the kicker. Kahneman calls System 2 lazy, because instead of doing the hard work of double-checking System 1's rapid-fire guesses, System 2 often just casually signs off on them. It basically just rubber stamps your gut feelings.
So this sets up the core conflict happening inside your head all day long. You've got System 1, super fast, ultra confident, but frequently dead wrong about complex stuff. Then you've got System 2, slow, effortful, and accurate, but just terribly lazy. The absolute most crucial takeaway from all this is that the brain making your decisions is not the rational, logical brain you think it is. You constantly feel like you're using System 2, but in reality, you are almost always acting on System 1.
All right, let's see how this plays out in Section 4, Real-World Applications in Business and Life.
Think about business. When you're hiring someone, System 1 fires off instantly. You like their vibe, they feel familiar, and boom, you decide they're a great fit. Then your lazy System 2 wanders in afterward just to logically justify that gut feeling. It says, oh yeah, they gave really solid answers. Branding works the exact same way. Long before a customer reads a single word on your website, their System 1 has already judged your colors and visuals and decided whether or not to trust you. And over in the life column, same exact machinery. It's why we instantly believe or dismiss a news headline without ever reading the article, and how we make those split-second trust judgments when we meet someone new. System 1 is secretly running the whole show.
So what do we do about a fast brain that constantly jumps to conclusions? That brings us to our final part, Section 5, the power of pausing and creating a gap.
Kahneman makes a really profound point here. Awareness doesn't eliminate the bias, but it creates the gap where better thinking can happen. The goal isn't to turn off System 1. Honestly, we couldn't even if we wanted to. It processes millions of signals a second. It keeps us alive. The real trick, Kahneman teaches us, is that we have to actively create a gap. We need to catch System 1 trying to handle a complex problem and intentionally invite System 2 into the room.
And here is your ultimate actionable takeaway, your 3-step study guide protocol for any high-stakes, irreversible decision, especially when we're talking about money, people, or long-term consequences. Step 1, catch yourself making a fast, intuitive decision. Step 2, force a hard, physical pause. Just stop. Step 3, explicitly ask yourself, wait, is this just System 1 talking right now? Does this decision actually deserve the heavy lifting of System 2? I'm telling you, that simple little pause is a real game changer. It's worth more than almost any other productivity hack out there.
Which leaves us with a really important and honestly kind of unsettling thought to end on today. Now that you know exactly how System 1 works, what specific shortcuts is your fast brain taking right now that marketers, advertisers, and politicians are actively exploiting? We are going to dive deep into exactly how your newly defined System 1 is being used against you every single day in Part 2 of this Explainer series. You really won't want to miss it. But until then, remember to take that pause and keep learning.